Hello, Neil. Could you please give an introduction about yourself?
Yes, first of all, thank you for having me on. I hope I can bring some kind of value in some way. But basically, my name is Neo, and I live in a very small town outside of Stockholm, Sweden. And I am 16 years of age, and I've joined the real world about 1.5 years ago. And for the past year, I've tested different things, and right now I'm helping whether it be businesses or social media personalities with content creation. So managing social media accounts or editing videos, etc.
Okay, content creation. Is that something you got into after having joined the real world, or did you have experience with video editing or anything else prior to that?
Yeah, so when I initially joined the real world, I joined the affiliate marketing campus because I thought it was very cool and intriguing. And there I learned about basic stuff about social media, and I actually made a few sales in the affiliate marketing campus. But then all my accounts got shut down with Tate being banned all over the place. So I made a couple of sales, and my YouTube account, my Instagram account, my TikTok account, they all got banned. So then I thought to myself, do I want to create new accounts, or is there anything else I can do to monetize the skills I have? Because I could make videos go viral. And then I thought to myself, and after a while, I took a short break in 3 months because I lost motivation and stuff like that. And after that, I joined Dylan Madden's freelancing campus and the content creation campus. So I doubled down on content creation, and I used Dylan Madden's techniques with social media to outreach to clients to actually help them with social media.
Mhm. Okay, so were you completely new to video editing when you joined the real world initially, or did you have some experience with it?
No, yeah, I was. I used my phone in the beginning, so just like CapCut, doing
How long
clips
were you
together.
using CapCut? When did you transition over to computer?
I used CapCut for maybe all the time when I was doing affiliate marketing, and then
Mhm.
3 months when I started the content creation thing, and then I bought myself a nice Mac.
Mm. Okay, very cool. And how did you go about landing clients after you actually went into the social media and content creation campuses, went through all the lessons there? What was it like actually acquiring that first client? Did you get on a sales call with them? If so, how did that go?
Yeah, the feeling of the first client was it was a good feeling. So I had a faceless Instagram account where I posted before and after videos of different podcast clips or edits I done, and I posted them, and some of them went kind of viral. And then I used that Instagram account to outreach to people in my niche, and basically offering them, my niche then were mainly podcasters, so I posted podcast clips on my Instagram page, and then I outreached to different podcasters and said, I think I can make your videos go more viral. And I basically sent them some proof, etc. And after a while, that first customer replied, and it was yeah, it was a guy, and he replied, and he wanted to jump on a call, and we had a call, and it went pretty smooth, and I made my first $50 or something.
So was it for one video, $50, or for a few? What was the deal there?
Yeah, I think it was 5 videos.
Five videos, $50. So to start, charged very cheaply, just
Yeah,
to get your foot in the door, maybe get a testimonial, I'm presuming.
yeah, actually,
And
yeah.
okay. And how did things progress after that? How did you go about landing other clients and actually scaling the income?
So actually, the same day after I closed that client, I closed another client on $400 a month, and I did podcast clips for that client. So one podcast clips a day, and posting on their social media accounts to kind of help them go viral. And that client today that I charged 400 for is has gone up to $2,500 a month. So it's a big retainer.
And how did that come about? How did you increase the pay he was giving you?
Yeah, so he liked my work, and I basically said, I think if we double down on the content we're doing, I think you could get a lot more results. So right now for that client, we're managing YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and making also long form content.
Hmm. Okay, and have you landed any other clients since, or has that been the main client for now then? Because I'm presuming you are
Yeah,
in school as well, right?
yeah, I'm in school still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I landed a few more clients after that, so I kept outreaching and I got some smaller one-time projects, and then I got another client on a retainer also.
And pricing for them, did you offer Evolve, or were you pricing the same?
Yeah, the pricing is about the same.
Okay. And so in total, since starting in the real world, roughly how much have you made that you can attribute to it?
Yeah, right now it's up towards 20K, so it's a decent amount for a 16-year-old.
Exactly. For a 16-year-old, I don't know. What other 16-year-olds do I actually know in my life who have done that? I mean, I do these interviews, so I know a few from the interviews, but I
Yeah.
mean, in actual life, I don't know. I don't see any 16-year-olds actually making that kind of money. So very solid. And how do you actually go about juggling both school and this work?
Well, I have a funny story to tell. It's about time management. So I think it was the third client. I had some issues with him, and before that, I was like still scrolling TikTok and some things. I had some issues with time management, and one day the client was real mad, and he wanted like I think it was 15 videos in a day done. So right after school, I skipped the last lesson. I went home. I did like 10 videos. I like banged them out, bum, 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 bum. And I went to the gym still. And after that, I did 5 more videos. Like the only thing I did throughout the day was at my desk, just working. And since that day, I've learned a lot about time management. And you really can do a lot more than you think you can do.
Hmm. How many hours did you spend to actually make those 15 videos then, roughly?
Yeah, I didn't count, but I would say like 8 hours maybe.
Mhm. And that, I'm presuming, is fully focused work. In copywriting,
Yeah.
they'd call it deep work, just for 8 hours with the break of gym in between. Okay. And
Yeah.
how did the client react to that? Because that seems to be a bit of a unrealistic expectation to have someone make 15 videos in one day.
Yeah, well, he was happy with the result, so I still work with him today, so
Okay, fair, fair.
it paid off.
Indeed. All right, then what do your parents think about what you're doing? Because again, 20K while still going to school, do they even know what you're doing? How did they react to it?
Yeah, my mother, I only live with my mother right now, but she kind of knows what I do, but she doesn't know how much money exactly I bring in. So maybe if she sees this interview, she will react better. I don't know.
uh, but what do you mean by react better? So since she doesn't really know that much, um, I don't know. Maybe publicly you don't want to say, but is there a reason why she doesn't know?
Yeah, I don't think you should like say too much stuff to people. Like
Hmm,
you could get caught up in problems easily, and
fair.
it's easier to keep things private sometimes.
Yep, makes sense. Okay. And what do you see for future then, considering what you're doing at your age? What plans do you have for short term, medium term, long term?
Yep, yeah. So you actually interviewed my business partner, Robin. Do you know
Hmm,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about? Yeah, yeah.
nice.
So we two, he's the 16-year-old he talked about.
Mhm,
So we two work a lot together. We share our clients. So
mhm,
he has a bunch of video editing clients and me too, and we help each other out. So we got a few clients on the horizon, and we're locking down on this content creation thing. Now we're thinking about like in person with a camera shooting content for like painting businesses and other construction companies, and like doing content creation from them and
mhm.
managing their social media. So we got a few clients on the horizon, and it's a pretty bright future for us.
Yep. Uh, how did you meet him? Just purely through the real world, or is he someone you knew and you both joined the real world together?
Yeah, we met in the real world
Mm.
actually. I just a random day he added me from I had posted a win and he added me, and then I just wrote, "Hey, what's up?" to him, and like we connected because we're both from Sweden, and yeah, I've met him one time now, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Mm.
he's teaching me a lot about, like, I know more about the video editing part, but he has more life experience in business because he's 28. He's much older, so
Mhm.
he teaches me a lot about life and like sales and all this stuff, and I help him with video editing and content creation and stuff like that. So it's the perfect duo.
Yep. Amazing. What plans did you have before joining the real world? What did you actually want to do?
Yeah, the only thing I knew before, I like didn't want to work a normal job, I think. And so I actually, before I joined the real world, I had tested drop shipping, and that didn't go so well. Like, you see on social media, all these guys are doing like drop shipping.
Mhm.
So I wanted to test it myself. Then I got into Andrew Tate and saw his content, and I joined the real world. And it's you get a lot of guidance because you have the community and all the lessons that teaches you where you should go with your like where to go.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Cool. Um, had a question, slipped my mind. So let's go with a different one. Um, do people in your school know what you're doing? Or do you also not talk about it with them?
I have one friend who kind of knows what I do. That's in my school, and the rest doesn't actually know about it. So I guess when they see this interview, there, maybe some more people will have a understanding.
So you really do just keep to yourself.
Yeah, me and
Okay.
my team.
Yeah. It's cool that you met Robin in person, though. Do you have any plans in future to do anything? Maybe when you turn 18, are you gonna like travel together or do something? Is there anything in talks for that or no?
Yeah, yeah. He lives like I live in the middle of Sweden, and he lives
Mhm.
down here. So the plan is actually to move down to him when I turn 18, and maybe in the future we're moving to Bulgaria. So we're getting
Hmm.
out of Sweden.
Or I now they said that. I think he said that during the interview as well. Because I
Yeah,
think
I
so.
think so too.
Okay, okay. So I remember the question I was gonna ask. How different is your average day now compared to before you joined the real watch? How different does it look?
Yeah, you certainly hang around your friends a lot less, which is kind of sad, but it's necessary because you need to cut out like the distractions. I wouldn't say your friends are a direct distraction, but you could get distracted yourself because you're not doing like useful things. So I hang less with my friends now, but we still meet, of course. And yeah, like when I get home from school, I sit down at my desk and I start working. And I talk to my team daily, and I go to the gym. I do Muay Thai also. So yeah,
So
before that, it was like, you know, an average like lazy day after school. So
okay. And when you said you speak to a team, have you outsourced video editing now to some people, or are they doing something else?
yeah, so we're actually a team of 4 people.
Hmm.
It's me and Robin, and then 2 other guys that help us sometimes with video editing. So we outsource some things, and otherwise we mainly do it ourselves.
Hmm. Okay, okay. So you mean team as in collaborating, but not part of an agency together, something like that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, got it. All right. Then what do you do to actually improve in video editing and continue to improve it and stay on the trends, if I can say it that way?
Yeah. Um, well, first of all, the Pope's lesson and also the lessons in the affiliate marketing. So the real world gives a lot of updates when it comes to like when new things drop, like with AI tools for video editing or other like things in Premiere Pro, for example. They usually drop it in the real world, so it's easy to keep track of new stuff that happens around the world also.
Mhm.
And otherwise, I like constantly trying to improve myself. When I'm doing the client work, I try to test myself how fast I can do it, and just trying to improve every day.
Okay. And I think that's most of my questions. So I'll end off with a final one. For people who are unsure about joining the real world because they're thinking they might get scammed for $50, as a 16-year-old who's made 20,000 euros, what advice would you have to them?
I think you need some kind of guidance to get started. It's you know, most of the information is still out there, but when you have an overload of information, it's going to be very hard to stick to one path, and it's going to end up that you're like running around in circles and you're not actually getting any results for yourself. So if you're joining the real world, you're going to get a very clear path in front of you of how to actually make money, or what kind of businesses you want to be involved with, whether it be like crypto, copywriting, content creation, or affiliate marketing. I know it's a lot more, but I don't know all of them. And like, if you really think you want something else in life, I think the real world is it's a very good beginning to start your journey towards success. And a lot of it also comes down to you. So just because you have the information, you still need to take responsibility and do the actual work, because otherwise no one else is going to do it for you.
Mhm. Well said. Okay, then for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where could they do so?
They can do it on Instagram. The Instagram is Neo with two O's and then a P and a 0.
Okay, so I'll add that to the description of the video, so anyone
Yeah.
interested can check that. All right, Neo, doing very well for yourself. Good to hear. Pretty interesting that you met Robin in the real world and then actually met him in person now as well, and you're both doing very well together, sharing ideas. He's, as you say, quite a mentor to you, I guess, in a way you could say, in some
Yeah,
ways.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, really cool that it provides that kind of community for people to come together and
Yeah.
do what you both are doing.
Yeah, you know,
Uh,
without the real
and
world I wouldn't have met him. So
yep, and there's so many stories of that. People moving in together over in Thailand. So many people actually just forming all kinds of groups. And yeah, anyway, I won't ramble too much about it. Clear evidence right in
yeah.
front of the person listening. Then wanna do a follow up with you at some point in the future, because at 16 years old, you're basically still just beginning. There's so much
Yeah.
more potential there. As long as you continue on the path that you're on, then you're gonna have insane progress to update on.
Yeah, maybe I've moved into Robin and we could do an interview together or something.
Sounds good. All right. So Neo, great speaking to you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me on.